What do you say?
I say it isn't. There is nothing that justifies they going in there to try to force them to do what they want. I have done a piece on it, and I said that the party, NPP, had the right, and what they did that could be justified was to write to that media house to complain because they expected some fairness from that media organization. The media organization should have also distanced itself from whoever sat on TV and tore the letter. Every media organization operates to satisfy an audience, and the NPP members are audience or part of the audience of the UTV. And so you have to take it, whether you accept it or not. It is feedback. You can always argue or even decide to ignore it. But they have the right to approach you and tell you their grievances.
You have issued a letter, Manasseh, you have issued a letter, and it's circulating on social media, and the panelist has a copy of it. He prints it out, he goes on the show and says, this is my response. And he tears it in protest. What's wrong with that? And you say they should have done what to him?
I am not saying this. If somebody comes on your show and does that, you will distance yourself from that action. It does not represent the action of the media house. And that is why I'm saying, even if it was the presenter who tore the letter, there was no justification for attacking. But I'm only making a point that as media people, as journalists, media houses, we operate, or we if nobody is listening to this show, next week there won't be news file. So you are there because of your audience. If your audience have concerns, you will take it, tell them where they are wrong. If their concerns have any merit, you accept it, but you are not obliged to take it. But what I'm saying is that this does not justify in any way the decision by members of the party to go to that media house. You have no right. Your right is only to complain and then draw the attention of the station to your grievances. But that is where it ends.
Members of the Inky fraternity, I have not heard from you yet. I read your piece. I'm not sure if I finished it up, because I disagreed with some of your points, and it's good because me and my clients will disagree. That's fine. But why do you think it is fair and justified the way the GJA and media practitioners have attacked the information minister, for example, about he saying that at the end of his statement that the media should promote a certain sense of national unity of sorts?
Obviously, I also read Mr. Opon Nkrumah's statement, and sincerely, I do not see the justification for the attacks he has received. One, I think he should be commended for reporting to the police. That ministry reported to the police, and I read the police statement, which also said they received a report from the information ministry to act on the matter. So I think that, in my view, should have been a commendation to the Minister of Information. I'm one of those very critical of this government and its handling of the press or media freedom. But if you have an information minister who reports an action of his own party members, and the police have confirmed this, I think he should be commended. And I don't see anything wrong. He did not justify the attack. It is only fair as a journalist. I have also made a statement that says, look, we are fallible and we are bound to, or we should accept feedback, whether positive or negative. We are not bound by the feedback, but you cannot, there are certain things that other media houses do that you, Samson, will not accept on this your show. There are certain things that are said on that program that when they say it on your show, you will either distance yourself or you subject certain people to strict proof.
Right.
So I don't think it is out of place for a minister of information to say that, well, let us use the media responsibly.
Manasseh, of course, there are people on this platform. I have insisted, unless they abide by our rules, I will not host them on this show. So they've been blacklisted. I mean, including whoever you want to call the most powerful. But I think the GJA and other media persons, their concern is that when wrong is done, that is not when the government representative in the information minister will be preaching sort of be responsible.
Well, I don't think that, but for this information, the information minister has always been saying it, and I didn't see any form of justification or linkage. And in this case, I am not harsh on the information minister because the action that was taken, which has been confirmed by the police, that this person says NPP people are at this station doing ABs that is wrong, go and get them. The police went in and arrested them. He has condemned the attacks, but for me, and as you have also alluded,
the GJ has a problem that the statement does not condemn the attack.
Well, I don't see any better condemnation than asking the police to get in and arrest them.
But again, the police statement doesn't attribute the report to only the information minister.
Yes, but the police statement also mentions that.
That's correct.
Unless of course, we have reason to doubt what the police brought up. Because when I first saw the information ministry statement, I doubted. When I saw the police statement, and the police statement said the information ministry asked us or also reported on this matter. And we know what happens when party people are involved in this country.
Right.
And so for me, the government cannot always be wrong. The GJA or whoever wants to take on the information minister, they have the right to do that. We can disagree, but for me, the most important thing now is the ministry saw something wrong with that action. The ministry called the police to go in and effect arrest.
Right, Manasseh,
So
what's your expectation? What's your expectation after the police said they have arrested 16 people?
My expectation is that these people would go be taken through the legal process, and then justice will be served. I cannot say they should be jailed or whatever. It will depend on the evidence that is taken to court. But I have very little confidence in the police service to act appropriately on these matters when the government of the day is involved. There are so many examples in the past that seems to erode whatever confidence some of us may have.
Thank you. Hold on. Let me go to George.